Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Culthouse. Yeah, you know it's your boy, host of the most cool Baltimore. And today we got man.
You seem a little lonely when you did that. You want to run that back?
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Feel it, your boy, cool Baltimore. The host of the most. And you know we got our big bro here today, Mr. Sergio. How you feeling? How you living?
So, before we get into the show, I have to address a few things. So, starting off, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we were not present at the last NLW show, for there were very last minute circumstances that hit all of us across the board. So, for those of you who don't know, the original venue that we tend to do the shows at is right here in Baltimore. There were some issues. We weren't able to use the venue. So, the council that be made a decision, got in contact with one of our partner groups in EBW, and we were allowed to use the EBW yard. However, from where we are to EBW is anywhere between 3 hours to 5 hours a drive away. And I had family stuff going on, so there was no way I could make that. He had stuff going on. And of course, well, that little bastard that you call your partner, what's his name? Mario? Yeah. He went running around for his pot of gold. And don't worry, folks, I've gotten my permission from NLW that I can force my apology live. So when we go to the next show, it's on. It's not off. It's on. And I get to embarrass him in front of everybody. It's on. It's on.
So music to my ears. I can't.
He doesn't.
I can't hear by the way. I'm talking to, the people from upstairs,
Mm-hmm.
and they're looking at 30th.
Okay.
But
But
the slight chance that I might get due to the fact that I had promised and made allegations with my own wood to go out to Ocean City. So, and then,
well, they haven't said anything to me yet, so whether I make 30th work or not is that'd be a tight spot. I am already covering the 23rd for someone to go to a funeral, and I don't know if I might have to do the same for the 30th. So it's tight. It's tight, but we'll see what happens. But if I do make it out there, I'll be sure to shout you out.
yeah, if you do, you're going to have to take this. Which,
Why?
well, we're talking after the show about
Oh,
that.
But
yeah.
so as you guys already see branded, yes, this is the Backlash review show. And we will be talking about Backlash, but we're also going to talk about something a little more near and dear to my heart. And now when I say near and dear, I mean more, it fills me with anger, envy, visceral rage. That's the releases and what's actually currently causing all these different releases, the business practices behind it, and why I think it's a crock of shit.
I was hoping you're not going to ponder on that road because I'm not going to say the name to you. These bastards they're just pretty much bastards. They're a bunch of, so,
So before we get into any of that,
you just hit my my triggers. You cause my ticks to come. Bitch and holes. Yeah, I'm saying.
I'm sorry about the threats.
Hot suspicious.
So, before we jump into any of that, though, I believe there was something that you mentioned that you wanted to discuss before previously.
Dude, I'm I'm a stoner, and you know, glad cheers, right?
Yeah, I thought that was
Oh,
what we were discuss.
so dude, I did want to discuss something that's been messing with my cranium for the since Friday night. Um, I found it funny how you know people always say oh, they don't even feel like they don't show like a couple of pages of the files. They showed us whack ass files. You feel me? Then they know it. This Iran war business start happening, and all of a sudden, Trump's get another attempt, and then oh yeah, it's time about these UFO files. Let's put them out now. Wait, we gonna put we can't throw them all the information, but yeah, let's quickly put these files. Uh, excuse me, yeah, the governors of this so-called free nation of yours. We're not fools. Who are in the blue hell are y'all trying to fool?
So,
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
we're actually talking to wrong people. Let's not talk to the governors. Hey, Congress!
Let's
You
talk
bunch
about
of dipshits!
well,
How much longer are we letting this go on? Like, seriously, we now have a situation where the Supreme Court justices are being chasing own tails around in a circle because of bullshit that you've allowed him to do. And then you guys, without anybody realizing this, I don't know if you caught on to this, they passed something just recently. Do you now know that now they've passed a bill that they've been trying to pass for years because the Supreme Court wasn't able to catch it in time to stop it? That bill, for those of you at home who might not know, is the bill that makes it so that you, as a minority, are no longer able to pick your representative.
yeah, you're kidding. Niggas can't vote no more.
So, now, the saving grace for this is that it is a state by state thing. So, if you live, say, over here in the DMV, you're fine. You're okay. But if you live, say, in Texas,
Oh, y'all fuck. Okay.
parts of Georgia,
Cali,
Cali,
goodbye. You're no longer part of
I mean, even Florida.
yeah, Florida, I got to go.
Like, y'all
Yeah.
might want to find a different state to go to.
Yeah, y'all gonna be enemies of America.
So just so you know, that is today's governmental PSA, but also fuck you, Congress. You guys allowed all this to happen,
Yeah.
and I hope you're happy with yourselves. In the next, because it's going to take more than one president to fix all this now. So I can't say the next 8 years. It's going to be like the next 20 years. So in the next 20 years, for the next 4 to 5 presidents that come through to clean up your shit, if we're lucky.
Because how long, Lord knows how long this shit is.
I mean, I'm going to be honest.
Because you know, if it comes that day, and all those shits snags are still going on in the escapades, there ain't no goddamn vote. Until the shit
I mean, like I
are
said,
cleared the fuck up.
like I said, we've got about at least a good 20 years for presidents coming through to have to clean all this shit up. And they're going to have to, even the Republican ones, they're going to have to, because he's done so much shit that it actually fucks them too. And he never realized how fucked they actually are. But it is what it is.
It is, but it
It is what it is.
But
So,
But see, once again, back to what I was saying to you, I thought I'm on y'all asses today. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to throw no damn alien files in my face after the whole fact that we still got more fucking files of the Epstein shit that we got to see. Cause y'all was holding more shit. Y'all don't be trying to throw us some shit with some names still crossed the fuck out. What the fuck? That's not disclosure, okay? And then shit start happening. So you want to throw some alien shit, and where's some redactedness and that shit? I ain't redacting
if I
that.
remember correctly, the Epstein files is over 1,000 pages long, right?
Well,
They only released, what, the first 100 pages? All redacted. So, you didn't really give us anything in the first place.
Exactly. What the fuck? We were looking at pages.
So, and then as far as
Pages with blurs.
and then as far as
I am not blind. I can't read Braille. So,
I mean, it'd probably be redacted in Braille too.
exactly. Even Secret One can't read this bitch. What the fuck? What's that game y'all playing? What's that time though?
Although, side note, because you brought it up, I always did kind of want to learn how to read Braille.
Me too.
Like, with the way this world's going nowadays, I feel like I should really go back to that idea because at some point I'm going to go blind from the stupidity.
Yeah. I mean, Enoch did it.
Facts. So, and as far as this alien doc is concerned, I don't know you even giving us the real shit. Like, I know you didn't
See
just
what I'm
have
saying?
like an AI type of.
See what some of folks this type shit's gonna happen because
How I know?
how you gonna expect us niggas to even matter of fact, how you gonna even you see y'all so worried about release the files because I 100% believe okay it's true we are but that's the problem because they thought if they knew that we knew the truth that was actually all our questions would be answered and we are freaked out go insane and the world would go into total chaos. Look what happened. Niggas don't give a fuck.
Like, that's all we ever wanted. Like, you get we're a bunch of sci-fi nerds. We have shows and movies and TV and cartoons about dudes hanging out with aliens all day.
It's not even that. We already
We just want to go say hi.
we already
Maybe get an alien hi.
It's not even that though, bro. We already because our ancestors already told us. The book even said it, you feel me? But y'all sit here in our face for fucking decades and centuries and oh no, damn girl, they don't exist. Oh y'all crazy. Put lock their asses up and leave and kill your ass. But the whole time we knew I'm getting at this, we knew. We just don't give a fuck. What we care about is we want the full unredacted Epstein files. That's
We want to know every pervert
who was
in the
touching,
book.
right? Who was touching little kids? That's what we want to know. Who was following little boys and
So
little
we
girls?
can spade and neuter them today.
Today. All right? Once again, we don't
Yeah.
know. By the way, this is insane purposes only. Okay. Oh.
Nah, fuck that. Spade and neuter those perverts today.
We don't want violence anything violence. But yeah.
Spade and neuter your perverts today. Damn it.
I mean, God damn, that's what we care about. Okay? I appreciate y'all trying to be on, getting y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? With locking some of these folks up with child trafficking.
That's going on. But can we get the perverts who ordered them to traffic the children in the first place?
Cartel, give me cartel. This is your job.
Okay?
This is your job, buddy. But yeah. Oh,
Don't worry, he'll be out this season. The Supreme Court justices aren't having him either.
right. I wouldn't be you. And I'm glad that thank you, Father, for them to change their minds by sending JD Vance over there to Iran and talk some peace deals and shit. Cause me and little brother, hey, we sat here and we had a whole conversation about that. We said there'd be some fucking idiots that they send that poor little ass, you know what I'm saying? Over there to all poor Iran. Cause I only seen one situation there was one fucking kidnapped that man.
Listen, if you want to send somebody to actually
You send Bartel. Send Bartel.
yeah, send him. Or you send somebody like me.
No, we don't send black.
You know why you send me? No, you know why you send me?
We don't send you black.
Why? What was I gonna do that's so wrong?
We don't send your little chocolate
What?
anywhere.
You make it sound like I was gonna set the world on
You
fire.
send your chocolate
But
right where you went.
look, you are ruining my chances of fulfilling the dream of making an army by having sex in every country. Dropping kids.
That's like we're still a damn war.
No, that's how you stop all wars.
That's like we're start the shit. Wait, your chocolate is. That's what your chocolate is. Your ass right where you went.
But
Yeah.
if you tie our blood to each and every continent, there's no more argument anymore because people have spread our wings. Everybody's literally the same. We all share the same DNA anyway.
That's been done
on a
already.
level. But now there's no more argument about it.
Sir, that's been done.
I'm just doing.
Sir,
I'm just refilling. I'm just doing.
Sir, we already had.
I'm just repeating the past. I'm just repeating the past.
And we
I'm
still are
just
still
repeating the
doing
past.
it.
I'm
We
doing
still
it.
are doing it, and it's not working at all.
No,
That's
no.
how, sir, that's how we got Latins.
But isn't that the point?
That's how
If
we
you
got
repeat
light.
the past without actually paying
No.
attention to the past. But that's what they've been doing.
That's
They've
how-
been doing it all this time. Is it not how? What about them?
We got these little niggas.
Man, fuck them kids.
Going around killing shit like a GTA and shit.
Well, that's because they got bad parents. I'll be a good parent. I'll whoop their asses and teach them that if you don't learn how to put this gun together in 2.3 seconds, you fail. And then you gotta go outside without dinner for the day.
They're coming for your ass. Shit you talking today.
Oh,
They're coming for your ass.
Listen, this is the only entertainment I'm gonna get with all the
They
bullshit
come
going
knocking
right now.
They come knocking on your door. They come knock, but they ain't coming knocking on your door. They gonna treat your ass like they did them.
Listen, this is in my stream right now.
Right.
It's about time.
It's about that. Hey, look. I'm blinking so that you know.
You in the rest?
I'm
You in the rest?
I'm in the rest.
You in the rest?
I'm doing podcast. I'm doing podcast.
Listen, y'all. Listen. It's fine. I already know I'm going to hell, but if I'm gonna go and I gotta go because these guys keep fucking everything up in the world, including in this country, currently right now, I'm gonna go
with a bang.
With a bang and being as stupid and comedic as possible. Because if I can't laugh at this bullshit right now,
We are. Who can?
I don't think I can make it through the day.
Yeah, man.
But unfortunately,
man, like that. I watched it on the joint yesterday. The Kevin Hart roast. The roast of Kevin Hart.
they finally did a roast for Kevin Hart.
They finally did one.
Who'd they get?
It was funny. It was pretty interesting. It was fun. So I forgot this. Someone giving. Well, the old.
I wonder if they got the old roast masters on there.
Yeah, Jim Ross.
Oh, Ross was on there?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a good one. So I know he did good.
Kill Tony. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to think of
Kill Tony, I forgot his name. Tony something. On the show called Kill Tony. Pete.
Oh, Pete was on there?
Yeah. Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
Damon. Draymond Green.
Why Draymond Green of all people? That's a weird
Tom Brady.
Why Tom Brady?
Because remember they did the roast of Tom Brady.
Oh, okay. Okay. That actually makes sense. I forgot.
Chelsea Handler, Chris, yeah, Chelsea Handler,
Why? Why Chelsea?
because she was also at the roast of. Pretty much, not everybody, but pretty much have videos that Kevin Hart had roasted at the roast of Tom Brady. Was pretty much that.
Oh. And
There's
that's okay. Shane Gills was there.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, they got Tiffany Haddish. Empty.
Cat Williams. They got Cat Williams come out.
Oh, Gabriel showed up.
Huh?
Oh, Gabriel showed up. Gabriel Iglesias.
Not doing nothing. It was an audience.
Why was J-Lo there?
Some of the people was just in the audience.
Yeah. Salma Mahad. I don't really see him as roasting.
He was doing the roast. Some of the people were just there.
Yeah, Jay Farrow.
Like some of the people that you name was just there. Like, I can tell you.
Jay Farrow being there makes a little bit of sense. Ross makes sense, obviously, because it's Ross.
Yeah, he roasted. What was your name? Sean Gills. He roasted. He was the host. Usher opened.
Really?
Yeah, Regina. She did something.
Yeah, it makes sense that Regina would do something.
The Rock was there.
Well, we knew he was going to be there. We knew he was going to be there.
Cheryl Underwood.
Really?
Yeah, she was there.
Hmm.
It was pretty, all in all, it was fucking crazy. Sean Gills, like, he did a great job as host of the.
You know what's funny? He was down, uh, about 2-3 months ago, I want to say.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
And yeah, and I still to this day don't really know who he is, but everybody who talks about him is like, he's hilarious. I've got to watch one of this guy's stand.
He's funny. He's been in shows too. He's been in TV shows too.
Has he been in something that I've seen? I just don't remember.
Right, yeah.
I have to look I'll look up his stuff.
But yeah, it's pretty funny. It's just he got he do a lot of racist jokes. You know what I'm saying? But it takes strong people like us.
So you know what I'm gonna say.
Not pussies. Okay.
You know what I'm gonna say. In this day and age, in this climate that we are currently in, how badly has he already tried to be canceled yet?
I think
Because if it's not to the point where it's everywhere,
yeah, try harder.
yeah, I was gonna say that his jokes aren't that bad. They're not that racist.
Actually, no, he tried. Yeah, it's comedy. Even people try. Even though people try.
Have you
try to
seen?
change, even though people try to change up the way comedy is.
Yep.
Which, folks, that is a PR message for the folks who are pussies and sensitive and soft about their feelings as emotional and distraught.
Public service announcement.
If you're too soft and you can't handle jokes, don't put yourself in situations that you're going to be in jokes. Which means, if you're going to a show, don't make yourself be part of the show. Which means, sit your ass down, shut the hell up. If you don't like what's being said, kindly go ahead and walk out. Yeah, you may expect your bread, but that's the risk you have to take. You shouldn't waste your money knowing the type of jokes this man was going to pay. You see how I broke all those things down just like that? You see, you sit your ass home. Okay? Shut the hell up. life don't revolve around y'all pussy. If it did, then America would be America. Hey, look at that, bunch of pussies.
America hasn't felt like America for 20 years.
Right.
Sucks.
Sure.
But with that being said, we will tie that into a neat bow with one line. You can take a dick, you can take a joke.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
And that came from somebody who used to steal jokes. 10 points if you know what I'm talking.
Uh, some of these famous comedians are gay
They make jokes at their own expense.
and make jokes at their own expense. And I don't hear crying and booing and throwing temper tantrums. Now get over yourselves. Y'all can't control every goddamn thing. Didn't I get enough? Forget your rights that you already had. So that you already had. What is gay rights? I just got the right. I've been had the right to be gay. I mean, just
Yeah, there's just so many
just
things about that.
just don't be extremely gay.
There are just some things about that that I don't.
We just don't like we just don't like being extremely gay in public. Don't. Well, we see it. Can some of y'all be overly boldly gay? You feel me? Random dudes that you think that it's gay because there's some mysterious mythical gay radar that y'all have. You know what I'm saying? And go start grabbing these people all up like a puppy that you like a damn puppy. Like no, that is wrong. If we say no, then that means no. Don't be you don't know till you try. Bitch, I was slap the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? No. No, we just know, okay? Respectfully.
Listen, I'm gonna respectfully say, turn the page.
I'm a turn you
now. Because you now reminded me of a story that was regaled to me the other day about a situation where somebody took their girlfriend at the time, now their fiance, out for their birthday into DC during Pride, not knowing that it was Pride Month. And the things that he went through. And I feel bad for him, but the story's hilarious.
What were you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Don't feel bad, brother. Don't feel bad. I too was a victim. All right? Because I can tell you this. Mom's and her, her gay friend, we all went to Miami, chilling, living love. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we go bar hopping, and all of a sudden, to be equally fair, we went to a
Gay friend?
yeah. So you know how that story went. Went to a fucking gay bar. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just sitting here all out of place because I can feel the heat. Because you know when you go somewhere, when you know you're out of place, like you know that you're out of place.
Everything in you is screaming, leave now. You're just confused why it's happening. Yes.
That's true, but everything, things are starting to break down, but still everything is just like, I don't like you really, like everything is screaming out straight, you feel me? That's what's screaming out straight. And it's like, they got the what? So I guess this mythical gay radar thingy, it's kind of real because it seems like it just sniffed my ass the fuck out because it's weird ass
So you're saying the radar isn't
drag queen.
Wait. So you're saying that the radar isn't defined actual gay men, it's defined straight men who try to turn them gay?
Yeah, okay, fuck that.
That's an interesting theory.
Okay, all right. So,
Drag me.
right. So, sitting here, trying my little beer, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker, but I'm like, oh, well, thank you, buddy. But, yeah, because before I even say it, but I already know you're straight. Thank you. You mean feel a little bit okay?
Just Okay.
Oh, just okay. Oh, thank you for the compliment. In my head, like, don't get weird. Okay?
Don't get weird.
Just don't get weird. But all of a sudden, I was buying me a goddamn drink. Uh, I said, okay, you know, wrong with God getting a shot, getting another beer for another guy. It wasn't a shot, because I was not taking the already open up cup. No. I was smart going into this bar. Someone had me a beer in a bottle with a top. I want them to open the top for one hit. You hear me? One hit.
Understandable. Smart. Understandable. Again, regardless of your sexual preference, credo, religion, race, whatever, if you go anywhere, party, whatever, bar, wherever, make sure you're careful of who is handing you drinks and what's happening with your drink. That right there is the smartest answer you could ever have to that. Get a beer.
Right.
Get a beer with a top or a tip or a tab on it. Something that you have to hear that on it in order to make sure that, yeah, this has been closed the entire fucking time. Do that. If you don't hear that, that means it's been previously open.
Right, it's no brainer. And you'll
Get it
fucking, you'll be stupid, okay? I'm not gonna be sugarcoat your feelings for you. You're just gonna be stupid and take that. But so yeah, next you know, he offers to take me out. Well, I said no, you're going too far. But I said, "Mine's time to go." Mine's time to go. Hey, 911. Fine.
Yes. She was on the floor living it up.
No, she was sitting right there, living it up. Right, like how close me and you are, sitting right there.
Just sitting there.
Because I just told you, you know, the story. I ain't give you play by play.
Right.
I'm sitting here looking at mom, back and forth. Yeah. Giving her that hope eyes. You feel me? Like, hope me. Okay. It's time to go.
She's sitting there drinking.
They're sitting there drinking, like, talking. Cause yeah, as he's back me, you know, he bought me a drink. He also brought my people's rounds too.
Oh,
So
he's smart. The distraction.
So I already knew Ted Gaines' names already. Now you trying to, I see.
He was already trying to put you in check.
Right. Like no, you're not finding your way to taking me home nowhere, sir. No, sir. Sir, you're not taking me home nowhere.
I hate to be that person. He had his queen on E3. Their king was on E5. He was moving straight position, ready to take the king.
Goddamn, like I know ladies, talking to ladies, I know I'm handsome, you know, but you don't have to Bill Cosby, okay? I woke up very easily, okay? You don't gotta Bill Cosby me.
Just give him some lemon pepper wings. He'll be fine.
Yeah, as long as you can. That's how you get it. Give him some good home cooking. All right.
Under 40. Definitely under 40.
And you know, blunt. I'm so weed. Don't roll it for me. I can roll.
Give him the government welfare.
What?
Oh, but that's my joke. So, show you how this joke came about. I'm sitting at work talking to one of my coworkers. I won't say names or what department because I'm not trying to get people. We were talking, and we were talking about the new legalities with the laws around weed and everything. He was like, "This isn't what I asked for. I don't want this government-made stuff. I just want my illegal weed to be illegal for me to carry it. I don't want to get pulled over for having 8 ounces on me. Because you think I'm a drug dealer. Like, technically, you walk around with like 8 to 12, 20 ounces more drug dealers. That's besides the point. So he's like, no, I just don't want this government weed shit. And I was like, you don't want the welfare weed?
No.
You don't want the welfare? You don't want to stand in line for cheese and weed in the welfare line? That's not what you want. That's not what you want.
Cheese and what the?
So now that's my new thing. The government legal weed is government welfare weed. So there you go. That's been my job.
Yeah. Don't jinx that shit, cause it be days motherfuckers will be able to buy weed with fucking snap. And the day that happens, that will become, yep, definitely will.
Yo, could you imagine?
Right, can you?
Some chick up in the store. She's supposed to be buying her baby food right now, but she's sitting there. She's like, I ain't had a blunt in a while.
You
That's a motherfucking stop for 2 more days.
you take EBT?
Yo. Oh god.
It's the famous startup line. You
take anything. Oh, it's so bad, but it's so fucking true.
Shit. Hey, look.
Oh.
Hey, look. You know, the EBTs, the SNAP program, the shit. I had them down, so I don't know.
You were about to use.
Yeah, you know, you have your ups, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, people would take advantage of it. You know what I mean?
And that's when we end up in situations like we have currently.
Exactly.
People who really need those programs can no longer get those programs
Oh.
because everyone's used the system for years. And you can sit there.
Right.
The idea is, people, I'm just going to let you in on a little secret. Whenever there's a life hack, the thing you don't do is tell too many people. You tell one person, and you make sure that person is somebody who knows how to shut the fuck up. And then, what you don't do is go on the internet and tell the world. That's what we've been doing for over 25 years now.
Right.
Somebody finds a life hack, they get online, they talk about the life hack gets fucked. This is the problem.
Yeah. See,
If you got something that is beneficial, that is using the system, do I condone it? Not really. But if you're going to do it, shut the fuck up about it. Like, you act like the government don't watch this stuff that you put online. Of course they fucking watch it. They've been watching you for days. The minute you did it the first time, they've been watching you to see how often you do it, to see if it's a problem. But the minute you start telling one homeboy, one homegirl, your sister, your cousin, your boyfriend, your ex-boyfriend, you know,
not your mama, not your sister, not the boyfriend, but you're fucked.
You're fucked, and then they get fucked over because they cut the system right after they come for you. Stop it. Just shut up.
Because when they come to you, and when it's just you, they gonna offer you a deal. They say, look, just shut the fuck up. We let you keep your shit. Shut the fuck up.
But when everybody else is doing it, you gotta disappear. The system's gotta get changed. Motherfuckers won't even know what the fuck is going on. That's what happens.
Right.
So shut the fuck up. It's for everyone's benefit.
Message of today's show is
Shut the fuck up. And you know, in that spirit of life, you know someone else who I wish would shut the fuck up? Goddamn TKO. You knew it was coming. I mentioned it earlier. No, I can't fucking stand this company anymore. I have tried. I tried to be there. I tried to meet you halfway. I tried to hear you when you were like, it could be a good thing.
No, I was against it. A is the one who said.
You're right. It was. It could be a good thing. I tried to meet you halfway.
I said this bullshit was
Going to happen. And here we are today. Here we fucking go.
I told you. Hold on. Cause Because this is the actual reason why I'm pissed the fuck off. And I was hoping that you did not bring these bastards up. Because you know, it really bubbles, it really blows my gas.
Oh, I know.
You feel me? Like, I told y'all, little Mark has want to be a hardcore wrestling fucking fan. Was on a bandwagon with this shit. Oh, it's going to be great.
Oh, hold on. Hold our hardcore fans.
That's why I call him supposed to be hardcore Mark as wrestling fans.
So
Okay?
let me give you the correct title.
Y'all are fucking Marks.
Let me give you the correct title.
Y'all can
Correct
suck dick. Y'all can suck dick over Diddy House R. Kelly. All
Hey,
right?
yo. I'm not going to touch you. But to correct your
No, that's not
correct your
correct.
pop. No,
I
I'm
said
gonna
it.
correct your pop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna correct you.
Damn right.
No.
Fucking
This is the correct way to say it.
fan Marks. All
No,
right?
this is the correct way to say it. WWE TKO dick sucking marks. That is the correct way to say it.
All right, that one fucking fans. Y'all just stepped into the cultural world and call your fucking selves fans. Seen a couple of old fucking knickknacks and shit.
Women, you said the colonizers.
Yeah.
It's funny how this is a term that I can now just keep using and stuff. It's happening with anime, it's happening with wrestling. There's so many people trying to colonize spaces that they don't belong in, it's ridiculous. And yes, I can use that term and it's not racial because a colonizer is someone who migrates from one space to take over another. It's not about race, it's about a policy. So, here is my current count. From the very first start of releases, we had 28 releases. You then released The New Day, along with Jeff
They did not release.
No. Well, I will correct that in a moment. In a way, it was a release.
Great fucking.
But they did release Jeff Cobb, aka JC Mateo, and they released Tonga Loa. And now there are more people who are about to leave. Let me first paint you a backdrop of what's happening behind the scenes. So these cuts came in 4 things happened behind the scenes. 1, Triple H signed a contract deal for another 10 years. However, this is a double contract signing that he just did. One is COO, one is head of creative. 2 separate contracts. This puts him in the upper bracket of making somewhere roughly around 20 to 30 million a year. Along with that, with these releases, there was also a report that the upper echelon of TKO, being the high execs and the CEO, so that's Tony, that's Nick Khan, Ariel Mang, and I forget the other 3 goofball stooges names. Oh, funny enough, Dwayne didn't get an increase. He's still just making his 35 flat. That's the funny thing. Some people just get spited just to get spited. So they all got an increase. So they're all making anywhere between 30 mil to, get this, at Mario Hawani's position, he's making 160 million. Let me repeat that number for you. 160 million a year. Why did you have to release that? Better. Why did you stop house shows? We were losing money. Let me paint a picture on a different side. Randy Orton, and if you remember the boy, Boogs, they both did interviews. Randy Orton did an interview when they first announced how so being cut. Boogs did an interview recently with Chris Van Vliet, and he actually brought that particular thing up from Randy Orton's old interview. And I forget who he did the interview with. But in that interview, Randy Orton made a statement about House shows aren't just for the fans. House shows are for the wrestlers. Let me say that again.
Right.
House shows
For the wrestlers.
exactly. What does that mean? This is what that means. When you're on TV, you happen to notice that things go a certain pace, things are smooth. Sometimes there's a miscommunication here and there, but most of the time, things are smooth between most wrestlers. And there's wrestlers who have such unbelievable chemistry that they don't even look like they talk to each other, they just go, right? This is all developed during the house shows.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing at least 100 matches minimum a year with house shows involved, right? In those matches, a lot of the time you're facing the same 3 to 5 people in the circuit all the time. These are the people that you're going to be working with constantly during the year. So you're building up your chemistry. So your first time working with them on a house show, it might be botched, Matt. It might be filled with botches left and right. But as you continue to do those matches together, things iron out. You start to get used to each other, how each other calls, because not everybody calls things the same, right? Like sometimes you lock up, you speak what you want to do, or you do it during the middle of a rest hold, right? And then there are other people who call things out with certain noises, sounds. You discuss that backstage, how you're going to call it. You get it down, and you know how that works. Everybody's different in that regard. However, does that mean you're going to necessarily get it from having that conversation right away? No. This is what the house show circuit is for. It's for you to get those reps in with that person.
Right. You got,
Or those
once again, you got to build the chemistry up.
Exactly.
You got to build the mathematics between both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? That takes time. You just can't just say, oh, I'm just popping the ring and you want to do this match. No, it takes very time, dedication, and build up. That's how you can know that one person moves so well as they know your move so well. You have to move so.
Yeah. And you know how you're gonna take a bump. You know exactly what kind of bump it is. You know how they're gonna bump for you. It becomes a beautiful tapestry of movement, and it looks so clean after a while that anytime you two get into a match, it's always going to be a good match. Mm-hmm. It's always going to be a solid match, and after a while, it's always going to be one of the safest matches you can have. All the time.
All the time.
This is the thing that Orton pointed out in it. Now, house shows go away. They say it's because they're bleeding money. I'd say they're idiots. As a fan, what are the 2 things you pay for at a house show?
Merch and tickets.
Okay. Now, at a house show, when they set up, what do they have?
Also, sometimes they may do like meet and greets.
Yep.
So
that's the other thing I was waiting for you to say.
They do meet and greets and shit. Like there's backstage, like how they used to do back in our day. Backstage passes, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like you get that, you always had, they always selling backstage passes. You know what I'm saying? And goodness, those days was awesome. Like, I kind of laugh at y'all new era folks because I do not envy dumbasses. I feel like watching the puppet.
Oh man,
Martha Van Triller. I feel like watching.
It's funny you bring up Jeff. He's coming down.
Cool. I gotta see it. Especially how I'm sitting across my arm. Like I think I.
Dumbasses.
Yeah, a bunch of like, yo, how much y'all paying for wrestling tickets for a person? For a person, how much is this again?
I mean, you figure nowadays
because I always exaggerate. So.
No, like nowadays the cheapest seats. You remember like when we used to set up the rafters and stuff, we used to pay like 25. Now those seats are like anywhere between like I think 80 to 100 for the cheap seats.
80 to 100.
It's
80 to 100.
Yeah, it's bad, brother. It's bad, and
yeah.
And you remember we used to sit down.
$40 was ticket for the both.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And Everything else was just want to get merch, grab
No transportation.
no transportation. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes the transportation wasn't even hard to come by because
Yeah, just hit Subway and
our
Walmart.
parents, or yeah, or one of our parents was gonna get it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
take the bus, like
Yeah, but yeah, transportation really for us back then really wasn't hard. Like you just said, what you had to do was just get off the damn subway. Yeah, I never paid you on the subway.
Turnstile living.
Yeah, I thought New York was bad.
I mean, to be fair though, it was easier here back then because the turnstops weren't really turnstops
Oh,
at the station. It was just like a pass-through area,
Right.
and the fucking person who was supposed to stop you for the tickets never stopped you for the tickets. Like it was always like some older person who
Right,
just didn't give a fuck.
Go ahead, child.
Exactly. Now it's like they got some crazy dude who used to be in the military, and he sit there, he's eyeing you up, and you catch him on the wrong day, he has a flashback, and you
Right.
roughing up like a 10-year-old, who's just like, yo, shit,
Right.
he just asked where the bathroom was. Could have just told him it wasn't one.
Well, your show is the best video. Just a bus ticket, bro. I mean, download the app for you so you can be happy, bro.
Like, shit, if it's that serious, here's $4 for the kid. God damn.
Let me download the app
Relax.
for you. Let me download the app for you, bro, so you can know I got bus tickets.
Like, shit. But the house show circuit actually generated money, not caused losses. You have to remember something about WWE. WWE, the wrestlers pay for their hotels. They pay for their travel. The company does not pay for any of that.
Wildlife on purpose, still to this day, to the day I die. Fuck you. Mother
World Wildlife Foundation.
Mother that came out of. Fuck y'all and the mother that came out of. A bunch of pussies.
I mean,
No, they fucking
listen,
pussies.
listen.
They could have let Vince slide.
No, Vince was looking for an excuse to change the name. He actually wanted the rights back. He just decided not to. He wanted to.
Okay.
He was looking for the.
Well, Vince Big Joe gave it back. At least you got it.
Yeah, I mean, you got that. You're still making music, you dipshit.
Yeah.
But
Dick.
yeah, and this is where I'm about to say something that I didn't think I'd be saying, but I've been saying it all week, and it bugs me that I've been saying this all week. If Vince McMahon was around, some of the stupid business decisions that TKO was making would not be a thing. And let me explain to you what I mean.
TKO would never.
Let me explain to you exactly what I mean.
TKO would never had so much power and control.
Well, I mean, he was demoted to a director in his own company, so they would have still had control over time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But this is what I want you to consider. They said that the house show circuit was bleeding money out the company. Now, keep in mind, the wrestlers paid for their own transportation, the wrestlers paid for their hotel stays. That's fact. Undisputed fact for WWE.
Exactly.
AEW is a different company. Tony Khan pays for everything because he's like Ted Turner. He has big, deep pockets. And he will do that for his wrestlers because he loves wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Vince, not so much. At least not the same way. Vince just like making money.
Right. Vince loves his
Smart about
Vince loves his money more than his
So
he loves it. He loves his wrestlers. He loved the company. He just loved what the company does for him at the same time.
exactly. So, let me paint you guys a picture. You go to a house show. At a house show, the most expensive ticket you're gonna pay is maybe $100 front row, right?
Yep.
When we went to our first house show, we paid what, $15 for those tickets,
Right. $15.
and we were actually in pretty good seats.
That's a house show. $15.
So
And that was the difference too back then. House shows, like the ticket prices changes too. You feel me? Like the little cheap tickets would be 15 versus like for a live event it'd be $25. That was the only difference, man. But still, the price was cheap. It's just that if you want to go to the live shows, of course you want to pay a little bit more because these are
It's
live.
it's not as extravagant. I'm gonna explain to you what I mean. So, house show, the most you have, house lights,
Yep.
a curtain setup
Mhm.
in a room. The house lights are typically lights that are in whatever stadium they're in.
Yep.
And they always keep it dim and low. They never have the lights turned up brightly.
Yep.
They have AV there just to play music for the wrestlers,
Yep.
just so they can do that.
No,
There's
there's no pyro.
There's no pyro, there's no fog, there's nothing. Okay?
Oh, you might get fog.
It
It
depends.
depends on.
It depends. It depends on like how big they're making them.
Right. But
If they're not
there's
that
no
big-
pyro, there's no big factor. That's how I remember the one we went to, Kane was there.
Mhm.
And yeah, he did the whole thing and there was no proof, no nothing.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
But it was still a fun show.
It was still a good show.
So you get that, right? That's all you get though. You get there, you watch the matches are fun. You get to watch wrestlers act outside of themselves, which is even more hilarious.
Oh, spoiler alert. You get to know who actually wins the belt too
It's also true. That's also true.
before they do it on the show.
Because they practice a lot of that. So these things will happen at house shows. Now, you're paying for merch. And, you know, most typically WWE merch always travels around somewhere between like $30 on up, depending on what you're getting. So a shirt is going to cost you $30. A hat's going to cost you maybe 25 to 30. You get anything like the foam hands and all that stuff's like 15. You get a belt.
Belts like 200.
Well, it depends on what you get.
200.
Well, wait, it depends on what you get.
Well, you got
So
the
if you're getting the foam one,
the phone
the
one,
foam one's going to be like
20,
well,
10, 20.
well, no, because they've always overpriced them. If you buy them at Toys R Us, you're right. But if you bought them at the show, they upcharged you. So it was more like 30 to 40
Like
for a foam belt.
40.
But
Yeah,
then-
matter of fact, it's crazy because I have that real flashes. Yeah,
because you remember when we bought the
Yeah.
one for Cyrus then, right?
It was like 40.
See, so
It was fucking $40. I couldn't get nothing else after that.
yeah,
I was
so-
mad.
So you got that. Then you got the differences in the reference belts. And this is the reason why the belts go from being anywhere between like
But
150 to like almost 600.
Yep.
There's a difference in what your replica is. There's like
Cause the exact replica of the exact belt that the wrestlers use, those are like 600.
yeah, but again, there's grades and everything, right?
Mhm.
So you have your base replica, you have your mid-level replica, and then you have the exact replica. And the exact replica is the same as getting the belt.
Mhm.
So most times at house shows, nobody's buying exact. Nobody's got that. Usually. But your base to your intermediates, those sell like hotcakes. And if you're wondering how many people are typically at a house show, it depends on how they set up the room. Again, so the house show that we went to, well, what, maybe 600, 700 people? So there have been some house shows where I've been there and there have been like 1,000 people.
Yeah.
It's all in how they set up the room and what they say they want. So,
Who's there?
and so you take your ticket prices, you take your merch sales, and back then you take your backstage pass and your meet and greets. You're not bleeding money, you're making money. You're actually making extra.
Make more.
So Vince was smart. That's why he pushed the house show circuit the way he did. Because that was extra money in his pocket that he knew would come around again later.
Yeah.
It funded the upgrades to the stage. It funded the
Right.
Titantrons. It funded all of that. Like,
Exactly.
Vince is a very smart individual when it comes to making money. I'll say that again.
He's very, very.
Clearly, the people at TKO are a bunch of idiots because they're like, "Oh, we're bleeding money from what? You don't have a stage crew going out. You have a skeleton crew going out.
Right.
You don't pay the skeleton crew much of anything,
Right.
and the wrestlers aren't getting paid extra money for this. It's part of their contract. The only money they make is off of the percentage they make off of their merch. And if I remember correctly, wrestlers for WWE only get maybe close to 20% off the merch sales. So that's not a whole lot.
And TKO, I swear to God, I swear to God, if I if I see another goddamn celebrity,
We won't even talk. And
I swear
we won't even talk.
I'm gonna come to your establishment. I'm just gonna crash out. I'm gonna come with my baseball bat and I'm gonna ice cube you from NWA. You feel me?
Listen.
I'm going to crash out. Like there is why, and he's not really. Because I do it, and it's not. But see, it's not becoming famous. I just do it because I enjoy doing this. You know what I'm saying? But why are you got these folks out here in the ring? It's disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Like you got actual speed. You got Lil Yachty. Travis
Scott.
Travis Scott. Like who else? Who like
I don't want to think about it. Like the only one that I approved of ever was my boy.
I heard Bad Bunny.
Oh yeah, Bad Bunny is approved. He really worked hard. But no, I was gonna say the only person I ever approved was my boy from Badass. I mean for Jackass.
Oh yeah,
Johnny Knoxville. Yeah,
Yeah, Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville doing it was absolutely hysterical.
Right, he fits. Okay, he fits.
Yep.
Like, no, come on, yeah, OD with it with Jelly.
I will say this though. In Jelly Roll's defense, he respects the business enough to properly learn to take a bump,
Mm-hmm.
and he bumps quite often.
Right,
I would say that.
but it was just OD for me. You feel me? Like after Jelly Roll, they should have stopped.
I'm gonna say pushing Jelly Roll as much as they've been doing.
They should have stopped. They should have stopped after Jelly Roll, but no, then you had more coming in. Like, no, keep y'all asses home. All right, keep I show. So keep your ass out the damn ring. Okay.
Now, for his partner, I will say he bumps really well.
I show.
He ain't got to listen. If I could just watch a match with just him bumping and getting knocked around all day, and he don't do nothing else but just fall around all day, I'm fine with that.
I show. Out of that ring. I'm saying this with love. You mean because you're my brother. I'm with you, my dog. Yes, out of that ring for your safety. All right.
Oh, you say you're built for this.
For your safety.
But okay, that's fair. If
Keep
you
your ass
think it's for his safety.
out of that ring, dog. You don't belong in it. Okay? Yeah, out of pocket, bro.
So
Keep your ass out. Okay? Because I already see that. Because and you bet and put the damn phone down too. Cause I know you're on the phone talking constantly. Trying to use that.
oh.
Bitch ass nigga. Put the phone down. Keep that nigga out of your shenanigans, alright? Now we don't need both y'all niggas in there, alright?
Okay. So speaking of things that are out of pocket,
Logan Paul is doing a fine job enough for y'all fuckers, okay?
yes, but that's not what I'm gonna say. So things that are out of pocket. So we get back to this whole thing with them in this.
TKO,
So I just broke down. So I just broke down your whole backstage scenario, right?
Oh,
So
my
let
bad,
me
my bad. once you go to fucking hot pocket, I'm gonna let you go through because just don't mind. Cause you basically watch some of the Hulk Hogan special.
You know,
So
there are people who are mixed reactions on this right now. Some people saying it's good, some people saying it's bad. I haven't watched it yet myself, so I don't know what the content is. Explain to me your experience with it.
I'm seeing both sides.
Cool. So, so
I know where the body's buried. Bitch.
if you know where the body's buried, you're just as bad. Fucking, and you're not telling anybody.
It ain't got no shit. You did a whole thing before you died. Because you killed yourself. That's what happened.
I think he had. That's my theory. That's my theory. I don't know how right. It's a theory.
I forgot it's fucking
I'll explain it after the show.
I forgot it's right out of my tongue. Because I've been talking about this shit too to myself. Because Bridge Con killed fucking Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you realize they're bringing back a lot of Chris Benoit stuff in WWE 2K games now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bitch. No matter of fact, no. Keep my nigga out your games. Y'all, I took him out. I took him out, kept him away. Don't keep my nigga away. Don't try to smooth over. No.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, did y'all even clear it with David? Did you clear it with David?
Man,
I bet you they didn't clear it.
if I was there, I'd be like, no, keep my dad out your shit. Yeah. I took him out.
Yo. David and David Benoit, David Finley, in a group together. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? So, I gave you the backstage spiel.
Mm-hmm.
So here's your upfront spiel. You released 28 wrestlers. Most of those being people who should not have been released. One of which is Kyrie Zane, who was in the middle of the story. And then you have
The
New Day situation. And the New Day situation is part of all this other fuckery they're doing. So to explain New Day's situation, like you said, technically they were not released, they left.
Take some money away from
So the proper term.
Again, this TKO.
Yeah, so the proper so the proper term. Yeah. So the proper terminology they use here is that they wanted to restructure the New Day's deal. What that means is, hey, I know we just had a handshake agreement last year on your next 5-year contract.
But we need to take some of this money.
But we need you to lose about 50% of what we're paying.
To try to march.
Yeah, it did. And here's the funny thing. They're not the only ones that are doing this.
Nope.
So
They did the child Roman.
So
that's why
Roman.
That's why I took him. That's why I took him out.
Yeah, like suddenly Roman's not on TV.
In June, but then next month they said, "That nigga right back."
Yeah, there's some people you just can't remove. And here's what's happening. So you watch Backlash. Did you notice something about Asuka's match at the end?
Oh yeah, Asuka retired.
Is she retired, or is it that they approached her about restructuring?
Yeah,
and she said no as well.
Yeah, they're trying to give her that TKO deal.
Because
and she said no.
I just realized that Asuka and Kyrie both had signed new deals that would not have been up.
Yeah.
For at least another 2 more years.
Yeah.
So,
because prior already coming in, they had signed a 5-year deal. Asuka had turned around and signed an extra 5 more.
So, let me ask you a question. Kyrie would have still had 2 years left on her deal when they released her. Is it that they released her, or was it that she was another restructurer that said no? And because the word is that she decided to go back to Japan for now.
Yeah, so, yeah.
No, Kyrie.
That's the same thing too.
Now, Asuka has a lot going on in Japan. For those of you who don't know, Asuka, or better known to the real hardcore wrestlers, it's Kana-chan.
Mm-hmm.
Kana has a couple things that she owns. One of those is a hair boutique. She literally does hair for female Joshi wrestlers all throughout Japan, and models and superstars. She makes bank just off of that alone. But she also has, get this, her own wrestling promotion. She's always had it. She's had it for over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know that.
Mm-hmm. This is where Kyrie that's probably had getting EO and Kyrie. Like in the story, when they mention, oh, Oscar the teacher, no, Oscar is literally the teacher.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things about Asuka and Kyrie and Io's story that American wrestling fans who don't look at Japanese wrestling won't know. One of those things is that when Asuka and Io's older sister Mia were a tag team together, they were only about 18, 20-ish in age. Io came into their group as a freshly new wrestler. She was only 16, 17 starting out.
Yeah.
They were known as the Triple Tips. Asuka and Mio were her trainers and her instructors and her teacher and their mentors. That was everything that Io ever wanted and ever needed. Asuka trained Kyrie and a bunch of other people at a dojo down there, which now a lot of that has gone over to Stardom. But the Asuka was part of the Joshi Pro Wrestling circuit down there in Japan. And Joshi Pro, along with a couple other female wrestling syndicates down there, were all tied together. It was essentially the Japanese version of the territory systems, right? So Stardom came along and ate up like half of those. And now Stardom is part of Bushi Road, which is the parent company that owns New Japan Pro Wrestling. So Stardom and New Japan are now essentially brother-sister companies. That's why you now see Stardom bouts on New Japan pay-per-views.
Yep.
That's the reason.
So
There's your lesson in Japanese wrestling and Joshi wrestling for the dead, from a guy who quickly explains everything in 5 minutes or less. So Asuka isn't hurting for money necessarily, and she could retire from wrestling if she wanted to, run her federation, run her shops, do her gaming thing, and she's good. She's really good at it, especially at Monster Hunter. And I'm going to take my time to say this once again. Thank you again for that day in Monster Hunter World. I'm glad that you jumped in my game. I'm glad that I was able to play with you. I did not ask to be your friend or anything because that was during a time where you and many other wrestling females were being chased down by weirdos. I didn't want to come across as one. I was just thankful for the experience. So, thank you. No, I'm dead ass. She saved my ass from fucking blue Raffles, aka Azara Raffles. I fucking hate Azara Raffles in that game. He's overly aggressive and just does nothing but fly around. Can't hit him for shit. And I was playing with a dual swords at the time, trying to figure out how to actually use dual swords proper. I was getting my ass whooped. She jumped in the game with one other person. The other person was, whatever. But Kana, she literally is the MVP of the day. She was my hero of the day. Like, if I could have played a few more rounds with her, I would have. Like, it was fun. It was a masterclass too. And she was using the weapon that I was trying to learn and doing it better. Like 20 times better than me. Can I use those swords better now? Sure. I still think if I played Monster Hunter with her today in Wild, she'd still run circles around me with dual swords, and I'd still be in awe. She's good. She's that good. So she's gonna be fine. Kyrie, Kyrie's gonna go home. She's gonna have family time. She's gonna relax. But ultimately, I don't think Kyrie's gonna stop. Kyrie has, just like Kana has, options. So many options.
Yes.
And technically speaking, Kyrie could just go right back to start and destroy. Or she could go to AEW. She could go to CMLL. No. And a lot of you are looking at me like, what's wrong with TNA? Let me explain to you what's wrong with TNA. Since they had this partnership with WWE, TNA has been made to look the fool. And they've been continuously made to look the fool time and time again. And unfortunately, it makes it look like TNA is never going to be good enough. And the weirdest thing just happened this week. NWA has now gotten back on syndicated TV, and NWA has just beat TNA in the ratings as number 3 in wrestling programming this week. Just happened. So if NWA, which has been weird as fuck for the past 5.5 years, just beat out TNA, and TNA just got one of my favorite teams back together. We just got Allie back in TNA. So we now have Rosemary and Allie back together. Those two are always amazing work together. And anybody they're in the ring with is better for it because they can put together a masterclass of ridiculousness from the moves to the story beats to the comedy. And it's always good with them. It just is. But the problem is the current people in charge of TNA are so busy being WWE's bootlickers and watering down their own content because they want to make WWE happy that they've forgotten their own spirit. And this is why Scott D'Amore starting MLP has been the best thing to happen to talent that wants to leave there. So if they decide to go to Canada and start wrestling up there again, they can. So if Rosemary,
because they just lost John Lennon.
Yes, they did. And they lost him to who? And they lost Jordan Grace. And they lost her to who?
Oh, didn't what's called Solo Ruka?
Yep.
Wasn't she over there too?
Originally, I believe she was. But when she was over in TNA,
she was known somebody else.
yeah, and I can't remember what her name was, but she was just literally starting out. And they didn't know what to do with her. So when they let her go, she went right in the developmental system. And obviously, Shawn Michaels saw something and went, yeah, I don't know how anybody drops the ball with this kid, but let me get it.
Wasn't Lita in TNA?
Oh,
Lita.
Lita? Back in the day? No. TNA was
No.
TNA was after. Because remember, TNA happened after WCW closed. Because remember,
I'm saying wasn't Lita part of TNA at some point?
no, not ever. You're thinking Jeff Hardy.
No. I know Jeff Hardy was. I know Jeff and Matt was. No, because I know so.
I think I know who you're thinking.
No, because
It wasn't Lita.
For Solo
I know who
Ruka, because Solo Ruka mentioned about her and Lita.
So
I know Lita is like one reason why she got over there.
yeah, so why she got over there?
Lita talked to her.
Yeah,
Told her that Solo Ruka.
yeah.
So Lita.
So what you're confusing that with is Lita wasn't ever part of TNA.
No, she.
But Lita did go to TNA shows.
Mm-hmm.
Her and China both were known for doing that. They would go to TNA shows and hang out and stuff. And now I made myself sad by mentioning China. But no, she's never actually wrestled for them or did anything on TV for them. But that being said, going back to this whole release date, or in this case, it's no longer going to be releases, because now at this point, it's going to be people leaving.
Yeah.
And this is all because the execs at the top wish to pad their pockets.
Mm-hmm.
You are making millions a year. Why do you need to do more? Like, you already ransacked the company. You've raised the ticket prices to the point where people think they're over in Saudi Arabia with the prince. Like,
Right. Like, you already saw to this.
I gotta go see this. It's like the battery on the left. Well, it should be. It's on a dock. It should be charging. Yeah, it's not going. Technology, ladies and gentlemen. It is bullshit. I am going to eventually buy it. It's going to cost me about 130 to 150, but I have ideas, and I've got to buy at least two of those. So it's actually going to cost me like 300, 400 in total.
Hmm.
But the ones that I'm looking at are really good dogs. So it'll do a better job. But I was initially going to say, with all this cutting of talent, you're going to see two things happen throughout the next 5 years. One, you're going to see talent start to not want to go to WWE.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas WWE's reputation before was the place to be, you're going to start to slowly see that change. That tide is going to shift very quickly. I also believe that in the next 5 years, the partnership with TNA is going to come to a crashing halt. And TNA is going to be the ones to back out. Because they've benefited not. They've benefited to put themselves in a much worse position. And honestly, if Scott D'Amore would have been allowed to buy the company like he wanted to, because he cares, none of this would have happened, and TNA would be in a much better spot than it's in right now. So that's two things that you're going to see happen. The third thing is going to be that I believe between NWA and Maple Leaf Wrestling and Major League Wrestling, one of those three are going to become the new number two. AEW is going to become the new number one. And it's going to mostly be because the way they treat their wrestlers, the way they treat their fans, the way they treat their product. And Maple Leaf Wrestling is very much the same. Major League Wrestling, very much the same. TNA, currently, it's not that. TNA is going to stay in a number 3 or number 4 position. NWA is in a very weird alternate reality of what they do, but they allow their talent to freely discover themselves and to run their stories. And that's a very important thing to a wrestler because it allows them discovery of their characters, their personalities, allows them to test what works and what doesn't. That's a huge thing for a wrestler. A very huge thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes they put on banging matches. Now, is that every match? No. But you do see a lot of their in-ring talent grow, develop, and when they get to that point, it's 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I can say that for every last one of their talents. How do I know this? Hey, do you guys like Ricky Saints? Formerly known as Ricky Starks? He started in NWA. Hey, you guys like LA Knight, right? You like LA Knight?
Yeah.
Well, he used to be Eli Drake. Damn you. Anyway, but Eli Drake started in TNA. When TNA didn't know what to do with him, he went to NWA. And NWA allowed him to be the megastar. So, everything that you like about LA Knight is because of what he did in NWA.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. So, again, NWA, very good chance of becoming a number 3 or a number 2 spot. It just depends on if they can keep their quality and not do some of the weird stuff that they did over the past 5 years while they've been on YouTube. If they can keep up just the good quality, I mean, even Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis, the last place he wrestled for, NWA.
Yeah.
So, just saying. Just saying. There's a very, very good possibility. Either number 2 or number 3 spot. So, speaking of number 1, number 2. How'd you like Backlash?
That's okay.
Yeah, I went over some of the.
That's good. Of course, I saw the
No, we knew that was going to be a banger match. It's actually probably the match of the night from a lot of what I've seen of the clips and some of the reports I've heard.
honestly,
Between that and Roman and Jacob, but
everything else,
I haven't.
everything else is that's the downgrade. Get it. Everything else is pretty much a finish.
Just a blur.
Yeah.
So,
Actually, what was it? Was it on Trick?
yeah, Trick Williams and Sammy for the title. That was on the card.
Yeah, that was a good match.
Yeah, the pre-show match was Seth and Braun Breaker. You know what's funny? You say it's boring. A lot of other people said it was a good match. It was just overly booked too long. Like it sounds like the match would have been better if it was just a bit shorter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was just boring.
And that's crazy because it was just a 20-minute match. So if it's a 20-minute match,
Well,
does Fabian
It shouldn't-
5 minutes off of it, maybe 10 minutes off of it, actually make it better.
It should have been like one of those quickies.
And especially since the way Rollins lost. So,
It should have been like a quickie.
so I guess we'll actually start the review with that match. So, Rollins Braun Breaker's match is supposed to be the feud burning match, right? This is the one with all the visceral venom from a year and a half's worth of buildup, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we start this match off hot with a tie. Which apparently was a ruse because then they actually got into the hot stuff with Breaker spearing Rollins almost out of the ring. Rollins going ape shit on him and basically showing like, no, I'm the master in this bitch. You get ran.
You're my bitch.
You get ran.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the usual interference spots from all of the Vision members, which also had Rollins going ape shit Rollins with a chair. In a match that I'm pretty sure was supposed to be like a street fight, right? Because as far as I know, this was supposed to be a regular match.
I thought it was supposed to be
But the way he was going off, I felt like, is this thing a street fight? And I just heard wrong. And I never did go and get that reconfirmed. And I'll have to look that up later.
But it was all type of
Yeah. And that seems to be a very common denominator fact throughout this entire pay-per-view.
I mean, there was no concept.
So you end the match with Braun Breaker being able to snag the spear at the last second from a quick distraction by good old Uncle Paulie and company. And that's the end of the match. Okay. This is a blood feud, right?
Supposed to be.
Why was there no beatdown?
Like, only blood feud I know that they got that wasn't even close to beating was the Rock and Mankind.
Huh. So let me paint
or Austin and Rock.
let me paint a picture.
Or Bret Hart and Austin.
Yeah, whenever you say that something is a blood feud, do the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens thing.
Right.
Where they literally start the match off just punching the crap out of each other. The match does not start with a tie-up. It does not start off subtly with trash talking. That's just what Rock and Austin did because Rock was the new guy coming into the spot while Austin was the veteran making a point that you're still not ready for this. Not until you can get past me. And Austin, for his part and everything, Rock did his part beautifully too. Rock was charismatic. He talked trash. He's okay in the ring. Austin's the masterclass. He's amazing in the ring. He trash talks. He makes you feel like a stupid son of a bitch. Like he's supposed to, because you are a stupid son of a bitch if you think you're going to grab a camera and then not get stunned.
That's my favorite part.
I remember his person when you're getting stunned.
He was sitting over your house.
Yep.
And he was like, he was looking at you like, yo, this nigga Larry commentating with a fucking camera.
Look at this big piece of trash. Look at this. The millions of Rocks fans. Millions. And then he turns back around to a middle finger and a stunner. And it's just the beautiful. It's just the most beautiful thing.
Like,
But
you cannot like that is classic. My people,
right.
That is classic gold right there.
Yeah,
But no, I have not seen nobody try to outclass that.
And you can't because the difference is the chemistry, the stories,
Also,
and
KO tried.
Okay,
He tried.
I'll say this. KO, my money, in the modern era, is one of the best veterans that you can find.
Yeah.
He is
Most definitely.
quite possibly the Stone Cold of the modern era. And
I
he's
fuck that. I replaced him over fucking John Cena.
I mean, my favorite part of that. Wait. My favorite part of that feud was before it started. I've been doing this longer than you have. I've been doing this for over 20 years. Don't you ever call me boy. The minute Kevin said that, I went, that's Mr. Steen. That's not a Owens.
Right.
That's Mr. Steen.
Right.
He's about to get Mr. Steen. And he got Mr. Steen. Not once, but twice.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. So, for my money, if you're going to have a blood feud, it has to feel like a blood feud. Austin and Rock were never a blood feud, but they were a feud. They were an intense feud. So even though they didn't come out here like throwing the hardest of hard shots at every start of every match,
But
there were
that
those
one
moments.
WrestleMania. That
Right.
one WrestleMania. Oh yeah, that's how you knew it was very fucking serious.
Oh yeah, because Austin
Rock thing
was done.
Austin didn't even come out and get a chance to come on his fucking fast. He just came
out. And that's what it was. Like Austin said, like if we're gonna do this, we're going out. And they did. And Austin did for him what Bret Hart did for Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Bret Hart, for those of you who don't know, told Austin, don't worry, kid. I'm gonna get you to where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
That night, Austin said,
Don't
don't
worry,
worry, kid. I'm gonna get you to where you need to be. So, Steph, don't get me wrong, can get Braun Breaker to where he needs to
He's
get.
not there yet.
It's not even that. The problem isn't even that. Honestly, I feel like Braun Breaker's right there on the line. The issue is the booking. The booking is the issue. Because if you go back and look at his NXT stuff before he came up to the main roster, you know he's there. The problem is that they won't book him that way. And that's the difference. That's the difference. I'm not saying he has to win every single match. I'm saying book him to be that crazy monster killer that he was.
You want him to be a damn Steiner.
Let him be the Steiner that he is.
He needs and supposed to be.
You know? Let him.
Don't be scared. Okay, the Steiners, they built this rep upon them on their careers because what? That's that rep that protected them and made them a high quality goal because you can't find something like that. You know what I'm saying? And once again, in this business, it's a shark eat shark world. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a little mean. You feel me? You gotta have a little type of, you feel me, grit in you because I mean these motherfuckers will eat you alive. But let's see what else happened.
So
Backlash. I mean,
I'm trying to remember what was the initial starting for the actual pay-per-view. It was Trick, was it?
Yeah.
Was it Trick?
Yeah.
Okay. So Trick Williams, Sami Zayn, Trick Williams retained,
Yeah.
which is the right call.
Yeah, it was a good call. It was a great match. It was good.
So
That
it was a good match, but there was a moment in the match that was wasted.
Yeah.
So who was that guy who was in the ring with Trick Williams again? What was his name?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, little Thotty. I mean, little Thotty.
Little ship.
Yeah.
Little slave ship.
Yeah. So, Little Yachty eats a haluva kick.
Yeah.
Not more than 30 seconds later, he's back on his feet acting like nothing happened. This is the reason why he hates celebrities in wrestling. This is the reason why I hate celebrities in wrestling. If you're gonna take the hit,
Take it and sell it.
take it and suck.
And do it fuck right.
You know?
Fuck.
And if you're gonna be up and walking
in the
around,
face for real.
you know, like if you're gonna be up and walking around at that point, you need to be selling it. Like holding your face,
Right.
whatever. You know, like, oh, it's gonna make you look like a punk. You got up literally 30 seconds later. People get knocked out from that. So if you're getting up, you just made yourself look more like a tough guy then most of the guys get put down in the show. So kudos to that, but at least sell the effects.
Right. So,
That way, at least, it just seems like maybe you got a tougher jaw than some of the guys that he gets that kick. That's not bad. Is it still not technically selling the move? In my opinion, yeah. But if it makes you feel better to kind of oversell yourself in that regard, sure. But when you don't sell the move at all in any way or form, you've shitted on the move, and you've shitted on the craft, and you've shitted on the art.
Yep.
And that's where you and I have a problem.
Yep. The beach with a kendo stick.
Yep. And this is why Umaga fucked
Wrapped in a
up.
barbed.
This is why Steve-O got fucked up so bad by Umaga. Steve-O told the story about what happened with that. He didn't realize what was going on. And that's why good old Umaga fucked him up for real in the middle of the ring to make him stay down. And he was,
Oh no. They had ribbed him. That's what happened.
well, no, it wasn't. No, he told the story. It wasn't rigged. Steve-O didn't realize because, like, you gotta remember, Johnny Knoxville and everybody else were wrestling fans. Steve-O wasn't. He didn't know what was going on. So when everybody else was sitting down, he was sitting there. You know, he's like he didn't. He was like, yeah, I didn't realize I was supposed to play that or whatever. And I was just, you know, sitting there laughing, having a good time. And he saw that, and I was like a deer in the headlights. And the next thing I know, this guy's just like pulverizing me. And he was like, yes, because you didn't do the right thing. But this was also during
That's
the
what I'm
time
saying.
when Steve-O.
They ribbed him. Come on, man.
Oh,
It's Jack.
you mean the crew?
Yeah.
That is a possibility. But that's not.
Everybody knew what to do, but they personally told the complete opposite. You know, Stevie O is really the real
Yeah, that.
one. It's Johnny Knoxville and Stevie O. And Steve O.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They mainly was the face.
Yeah, like raking them. I love Rake, but you know, they all were.
Right, but those two was the most hardcore out the bunch because they
They did the stunts.
they did
Well, Rake did some of the stunts too, though.
not like
Well, don't forget Rake. Well, don't forget Rake was the one who got knocked out by Bucky.
yeah, but you know,
Like,
we got Steve O who put shit up his ass.
yeah, we know.
He put a whole fucking gerbil up his ass.
Yeah, we were. The things we used to watch when we were 12 and 13.
Come on.
So, but that is my only gripe with that match. Otherwise, the match decent, and they're doing the thing that they're supposed to be doing with Trick. You had this amazing talent. They're doing it with Trick, but they didn't do it with Mello. So, hey Mello, this goes to both Anthony.
I think they did okay with Melo.
Melo
had a nice. Melo had a nice run as a basement holder. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all it was meant for. Because they already knew that they was bringing Trick Williams in, and they was gonna put on Trick. They just didn't want Melo to lose, be the one who takes the L off of Trick. So they're playing. Because I see what's going on. They were playing another all black faction.
It won't be. They're just going to get the Trick Mello game.
Yeah.
And that's going to be that. But here is what they should have.
Yeah. It couldn't be over because it was on. They were schematics.
And let's be real, like, if it is Oba versus, for Oba and them, it wouldn't happen because of who Oba is as a character and who he is as a person. Oba doesn't want or need a faction.
No,
he's just going to run through everybody.
Yeah,
Let's be right.
Right, and he wants Roman.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's going to take.
I
want
believe.
I think Bob should take it from Roman. But I think it's going back and be Oba.
So here's what
I think they set Roman up for Oba.
Here's what I foresee. I foresee these events happening. So there's been a lot of talks about one Zilla Fatu. For those of you who know, Zilla Fatu is another one of the cousins.
Mm-hmm.
He's also been Jacob's permanent tag team partner back in Major League Wrestling. Samoan SWAT team.
Yep.
So, if they get Zilla over, you're putting those two back together.
Oh, that's all man going.
And the reason
That's what Jacob's prepping to do. He's gonna make that call.
So here's the funny thing. He already has.
Yep.
There is a skit that got uploaded after him and Roman had that first face-to-face. And he hit him with the tongue in death grip. He's in the back. He's on the phone with somebody. He's ripping up the stage area saying, yeah, that was different. That was different. And he's on the phone. He's like, yeah, I know what I got to do. You're right. You're right. There's only one person who can talk to Jacob like that.
That's it.
Yeah. So they're slowly building it up.
That's it.
They're slowly building it up.
Because people, please, you're starting to nervous and asking about this question when it comes to Zilla. Yes, Zilla is really, he's technically with the company. Deals already been made and all that. One smart thing that TKO has done is just letting things ride off until they're ready for him, for the storyline to come apart. So then he's still doing what he do because he's still with the company. He's still under the company umbrellas because I think he's wrestling for Booker T.
Yep.
Booker T. Reality Wrestling.
Yeah, Reality Wrestling is Booker T's wrestling company. It is also one of the WWE feeder systems.
Yep.
Better known as what do they call it now? I don't remember what it's called now because unfortunately, due to that situation with Rampage Jackson's son, Rikishi lost his because that was his federation.
For Reality Wrestling?
No, not Reality Wrestling. Remember the wrestling show where Rampage Jackson's son went off on the one wrestler and basically killed his man?
Wasn't it like CC something?
No, that wasn't CZW. This was I forget the name of the company, but that's actually owned by Rikishi. They lost their WWE license. That's a feeder system.
Damn.
I'm just trying to remember what they call the program now for that. They have actual new name for it that came out like a couple of years ago. It's a named program for all their affiliates. So I can't remember the name of it right now. It'll come to me or it won't, whatever. I don't really care at this point because fuck them. But my whole point is that Reality of Wrestling is one of those. So Zilla is basically there for one thing and one thing only. It's not to clean up his wrestling. It's to prep him for TV.
Yep.
This is the same thing they did with Jacob. That's why he didn't go to NXT. He went there. This is what they do. So Zilla will be TV ready soon, it seems like.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen? Oh. But what's going to happen is Zilla's going to come in. It's going to be Zilla and Jacob taking out both sides of the bloodline. Or what's going to be left of the new bloodline, which isn't going to be much after these reforms.
Correct. My famous MFT.
I'm sorry, my motherfucking tongue. So,
Gayest name ever.
yeah, it is not my family tree. It's MFTs because he's pointing out that they're all Tongans. And MF Tonga, my fucking Tonga. So MFTs, my fucking Tongans. People who believe that whole thing, you're idiots. But so and I don't think it's going to be much of them left because they just let go of Lola. They just let go of JC Cobb, of Jeff Hobbs. And then you got what? Hikuleo, Tonga, Tama. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And so it's only 3 of them again.
Yep.
So what are you going to do with that? Nothing. Like they gonna be gone in about a week or 2. Yeah, I guarantee you, because his brother got Tama might stick around just a little bit, just to see if he can do something. But because they won't let him wrestle like he actually does wrestle,
Yeah, like how
which is the problem.
like how him and which Khan used to be when they used to wrestle with together back in the day before they came to AE.
Him and AJ.
No.
Which I'm still mad we never got that. Tama and AJ would have been.
Yeah, a man's. Damn.
Oh, Shinsuke?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and it's just the kind of the issue. You get all these talented.
They put on bangers.
Yeah, like
And any circuit, man, they put on fire.
But again, this is the problem with WWE. They have a specific style of wrestling that they like you to do.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that they hired you because of, they want you to stop doing.
Yeah, right.
And it's like that doesn't make any sense on paper.
Like
Because you hired me because I can wrestle.
right. Yeah, I'm because of this. But what? No. What?
You know? So like if Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa were allowed to wrestle, I think Loa would have had less botches. Don't get me wrong, he'd still botch. And it's mostly because I'm slowly understanding 2 things about WWE rings versus like a New Japan ring. New Japan's ring, I never realized this is actually smaller.
Yeah.
So he is taking more steps to do stuff than he's probably used to. In an AEW ring is probably closer to the size of a New Japan. So there's a reason why like people come in from New Japan and they seem real comfortable in AEW. That's probably why, because the ring sizes are roughly about the same. But in case of that, like, does that play a part of it? Probably some. The other part might just be that he's not used to having to do all these weird TV cues. When you're in Japan, you're not looking for the camera unless you're cutting a promo.
Right.
WWE, they want you to be looking for that camera at all times. And it is ridiculous. Like in New Japan, you're not thinking about that.
Right.
The cameramen are the ones putting themselves in position for you, not you looking for them.
Right.
And so that's the difference. And even in AEW, that's how they play it. The cameraman is positioning for you. And if you want to do a certain thing, that's why you saw that last promo that Swerve cut in the middle of the ring. He walked over to that corner. He went, "Hey, cameraman, come here." There's a reason for that.
So let's see where we reached in.
So
He's already one. But yeah, Jacob had to.
yeah, so that
Roman. That was my favorite match. I say only because due to the ending.
So I'm gonna before we get to that, we skipped a match that we do actually have to talk about. We did skip one. And granted, like I can't remember all the matches on this card. I'm not going to, but we do need to talk fully about Asuka and EL and the ridiculous amounts of counters in this match. And the reason why I need to talk about this is for 2 reasons. First being, why did you not let her wrestle like this against Charlotte Flair when she first came up to her? This was my #1 complaint. You remember me bitching about this, right? When she faced Asuka, it was Asuka versus Charlotte. Every time it was Asuka versus Charlotte, Charlotte had Asuka's number. But it was never a technical match. It was a regular standard wrestling match. And Charlotte just so happens to win because, oh, I have a submission that has a bridge on it. Asuka is a submission specialist wrestler who is a technical wrestler. She does. She It baffles my mind how much WWE hates true technical wrestling because you don't see it. You haven't seen it since Chris Benoit and fucking Kurt Angle left the company. You haven't. Technical wrestling can be good. And AEW has shown what technical wrestling looks like in this day and age in America if you let it happen. And granted, yes, they had to bring people from Japan. They had to bring in our dear friend, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. They had to bring in the world's greatest technical wrestler in Zack Sabre Jr. all the way from the UK. Sure, they had to do that. And even Moxley, Eddie Kingston.
Sexy piece himself. Y2J.
Bald. All these people still do amazing technical wrestling. Chris Jericho, when he's helping produce matches, you know he helped produce the match because there's little small wrinkles of how that technical wrestling prowess looks on certain people. Even if they're not a full technician, you know it from a move or two.
Yep.
You know it. So, technical wrestling specialist, being a technical wrestling specialist against a person who she trained who is not a technical wrestling specialist by choice, but does have technical ingenuity.
Yep.
This is what a match would look like. The only reason why we got this match was not because it was Io and Khan, even though that's exactly what we got, Io and Khan. It is because Asuka was leaving, and that is the damned truth. You got Kairi Sane back for one night to make a special appearance because of a handshake agreement she made because she wanted her friends to have the best possible match and, for one, the best possible send-off that she could help give.
Yep.
There was no pay. It was just a handshake agreement. That was it. So, out the gate, we somehow countered a Hurricanrana into a victory roll? What?
Yep.
What? I have never in my life. I mean, maybe from the top rope, I could have seen that coming. But straight up, runs off the ropes, jumps up, goes in the Hurricanrana, they do the spin motion, and then roll into a victory roll. What? What?
Right. Right.
Fucking Asuka, Kana, whatever name you wish to pick. At this point, because of this match, I'm going with Kana because that's what the fuck we got. Kana just showing who she is deep down as a wrestler, through and through, when she's allowed to be that, is a beautiful thing. And Io has been able to be Io most of her time in WWE. Most of it. Not all of it, but most of it. In this match right here, she got to be the Io that everybody feared in Joshi Wrestling when she went to be on her own, when her, Kana, and Mio split the group and they were all going their separate paths. This is the Io of the Sky that everybody feared in Joshi Wrestling.
Yeah.
And this is what I wish we would have had when she came to NXT after she won the tournament. We didn't get that. We got a slightly watered down. But to her credit, she still kept her high-flying prowess. What we didn't get was the technical genius. This is when we got the technical genius. Because her countering Asuka into a cross armbar mid-flight, and Asuka's doing, I forget, what was she? I think she was what? Going off of the hip attack?
Yeah.
How do you do that? Like, and at first when I saw her do it, I'm like, oh, it's a crucifix. And I was dead wrong. Like, their work, their body control, the way they work together to make spots just so pretty. It's so beautiful and it's so indicative of how long they've worked together. Now, the ending. The ending is not my favorite to say, but for the match that they had, and for all the reasons that we now know now of what was going on, versus when you're looking at the match through a single lens, while it wasn't my favorite thing at first, realizing that this was more of a love letter and a send off, I appreciate it more the way they ended this match. I appreciate it more. I really do.
Yeah, I did.
Although, if I change one thing, I would not have had Kyrie come out. I would have had Kyrie come out at the end and drop. But that's me though. You have her drop them both. She picks up Asuka by the arm. The lights go out. They disappear. That's mine. And when Io wakes up, when the lights come back on, she has a shirt on her, on top of her that has 3 of them on it.
Yeah.
From their damage control.
Yeah.
Just that's what you do.
For rap things. So do want to mention the Roman Reigns and about too. I think that was like one of my favorites because it was a story that they really stuck to a little bit. They put some kind of care into a build up of a story, and
I'm gonna tell you my issues with this match, but I do want you to get out all the positives because I feel once I get started, I might forget the positives. So,
and it was a build up. Yeah, it was heat. It got heat. You feel me? Boom. But at the same time, it did seem like what's the brother before? Deja vu.
mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna mention Jay. Jay, so
So
but it was all it was great. Me on the part I want to talk about. I just want to talk about the ending. I love how it ended.
do you?
I love how it ended because
I didn't have an issue with the ending.
it didn't make even though the whole match it was a great match. You didn't make Jacob look weak and nothing, but for the L, it was still more of yeah, nigga, I'm not done with you. This is not it. I told you, nigga, I want what you got. I'm going to come and take it. I don't care if I lost. Yeah, bitch, I lost. I'm going to beat your ass. And I'm going to keep coming. I'm going to keep beating your ass until I take what I want.
That's fair.
And that's where he was trying to leave off. That was his little
So
in a credit send off message like nigga, this ain't over yet.
now, for that part, I can agree with you. Everything else, I have some issues. So this is where we come full circle. Remember what I said about this being a theme of the night of them not being sure if the match is a non-disqualification style match or not. This match had that too.
Yeah. That was another. Yeah, that was another scratch my head moment too.
So I had
When was this non-DQ match?
right. I have a couple situations here where I'm scratching my head. The first one is
But it shows you. It goes, but at the same time, right? Goes to talk about the difference between a blood feud
and a feud.
and a feud. This was more. This gave more of a blood feud vibe.
Yeah. And you know what? I appreciated that part. Here's where things get confusing. My first issue with this match, and this is why I was confused by this, and you might look at me and think that I'm an idiot for being confused by this. Why did he use the talking death grip so early and so often in the match? The build up around that is that move is sacred. It is technically taboo to use it on family, in that it is like, it's a very personable move, right?
Yeah.
So if you do it, it needs to feel like that moment is there. Why did he go for it 5 different times? And why did Roman get out all 5 times when the initial story build was, there's not really a way to get out of the grip? And that's always been true about the history around that move. Anybody who's been hit with the tongue of death grip could not get out of it.
Right, definitely.
So why then would you disfile the history of the move?
Yeah, but at the same time, it was ways Roman was cheating.
Like,
Found-
two of those ways,
he
two
found-
of those things, yeah.
He found ways. But then, you know, Jacob just was doing it because, one, yeah, it's one of those moves, but it's one of those moves as well. It's very quickly. And, you know what I'm saying? If he constantly keep getting hit by it, yeah, you might say you're fucked. Because once he actually gets that big grip on you, a few times, yeah, he's going to hit you. Night, nigga. Because Roman's always gone.
So
Until some measure, he pulled the goddamn which
Turnbuckle. Yeah.
Man, smart. Roman, that's why I love you so much. You're fucking smart, man. You're a ring general.
We're gonna get to that turnbuckle. We're gonna get to that. Because this is part of the issue why I have an issue with the ending.
But my man pulled that fucking turbo shit so fucking
Yeah.
easy.
So then we got the stuff that happens outside. At some point, Jacob beats Roman with a chair. And the referee's just watching this, and he's like, cool, get back in the ring.
Right.
It's not a disqualification match, is it? Why are you not ending the match?
Just said fuck it. What?
So, there's no, like, you're calling.
But at the same time, think about this though. Past Roman Reigns matches, how much power has the referee ever had? When was the last time the ref even tried and Roman said, I dare you?
That's different. There's nobody threatening you here.
Well, I guess because he's roughly already with the program.
Okay.
This is a Roman family battle. Let them go at it. I'm not trying to get fucked up. Which obviously they did anyway. I mean,
Okay.
because once again, they want to stick their nose in some business, you know, and they got fucked up in the process. Okay. Saturday night. You know what I'm saying?
That's a theory.
Poor fucking hell.
That's a theory, but you know, there's a thing called a referee's discretion, right?
Yeah.
And there's also the thing called rules.
Jacob don't play by rules.
Yeah, we don't. He don't, but the referee should, right? Okay, just check. So we have that scenario, and then we get to what you were just alluding to, the end of the match. Okay, here I am as referee watching Roman Reigns rip off this turnbuckle pad. Usually, they go and try to put the turnbuckle pad back on. No, I'm just gonna stay here. Here's Roman Reigns now ramming Jacob Fatu's head into this exposed turnbuckle. Okay, I see that he is blatantly doing this. And he threw his head into it a second time. I'm not going to call the match here. And then,
It's fair.
Spear. 1, 2, 3.
referees just trying to get paid. Hurry, get the fuck out.
So, Jacob Fatu beating Roman's ass because he lost. This is the problem. Jacob Fatu beating Roman's ass because this man literally broke the rules of the match in a fair contest. And the referee didn't call shit.
That's why he beat Roman ass, because the referee wasn't calling shit.
So, him beating Roman with the chair, I get it. Get it. He was like, you not gonna call shit? You're still not gonna call shit? Alright, you're not gonna call shit. I'm gonna just keep fucking him up then. Like, but it makes everything a fucking moot point where the entire match is just the referee not calling shit.
Right.
The wrestlers aren't trying to hide that they're doing stuff. They're blatantly doing it in front of the referee. That takes me the fuck out of it. I'm sorry, but it does. Everybody comes out looking bad, in my opinion. If you take that and you say that it's a street fight, okay, this match is 100 times better than what I'm going to say it is. But because of that one detail,
it's a regular match.
A fucked match.
It makes a fucking difference.
It does make a difference.
It makes a fucking difference. You ain't gonna say it's a TLC match and then somebody go to the table, they get disqualified.
You know? Or, you know, you're in a Hell in a Cell match and you beat the fuck out of somebody and then referee stoppage.
Right. It's a Hell in a Cell match.
You know why I did that. Y'all know what y'all did. Stop doing that fucking cell matches. You do it again, that'll make 3, and then I'll have to give you one of these. Yeah. So, I did a little research. Mm-hmm. So you recall I gave you numbers about WrestleMania, correct? You remember those numbers?
No.
Okay. To break it down, WrestleMania, all in all, 8 hours with 80 minutes of wrestling. Mm-hmm. That is 35% wrestling throughout the entire time. Everything else was ads. So you only got an 8-hour wrestling time period, an hour 20 minutes, right? This time around, matches were proper length. The ads weren't overly abundant. You got about, I believe it was roughly at about 90 to 98 minutes of wrestling. So, but this was also a 3-hour show. So, by my standard, it makes more sense. 98 minutes of wrestling within 3 hours. That's an hour and a half wrestling with your ads involved, but each match at least made time. Mm-hmm. Out of your 5-match card, each match went 20 minutes. Yep. That's not bad. Not bad. Even though, you know, the 5 matches that I'm referring to match for the main event.
Yeah.
Yeah, that match was like 48 minutes. So
before I sign off, I gotta say this in the comedy world. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Kevin Hart, and thank you, Cat Williams, for selling y'all little beef as two grown men in good fashion. I watched Kevin the roast of Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? And they shook hands. They squashed beef. Cat Williams gave him a hug and all that. And they're cool. They will be. We'll see how this new friendship evolves. But kudos. Thank you.
I ain't saying nothing. You know why? I want to see what happens next. So let's wait a year and a half, 2 years. See if we still think this is done.
For now, I give flowers and give them props.
I mean, appreciate y'all doing things in front of the camera. Let's see if somebody decides to respark the match and set that kindling in place again.
Right. But
because there's a new Friday movie right around the corner. And we know at least one person's getting a call back for sure.
Oh yeah, cat. Cat definitely getting a call.
So, you know, see what happens.
And you know, that maybe a little magic happens. You feel me? We might get okay.
You know, I
Might
would
get
love to
monkey.
see what happens if you got Chris Tucker, Cat Williams, and Mike Epps all in the same area together. I would love to see how that turns out. Hell, I would love to see a comedy special with the three of them on stage together to see who outdoes who.
Right.
Because Chris Tucker now versus Chris Tucker doing stand up back then, two different people.
Yeah, two different people.
Mike Epps is still Mike Epps.
Cat.
I like him, and Cat is still Cat. And with those two, it's either you like it or you don't like it, right?
Mhm.
I typically lean more towards the Cat Williams side. Nothing against Mike Epps. I just think that some of Mike Epps' jokes falls flat. Now, I'm a huge fan.
It gets a little drop.
Yeah, and I'm a huge fan.
I'm a huge Mike Epps fan.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Patrice O'Neal. And for those of you who don't know who he was an amazing comedian, but he also was a guy who shot himself in the foot a lot. However, that being said, he said something that is very true, and any comedian will tell you that what he said is absolutely correct. Every joke you tell, it's 50-50. There's going to be somebody who gets it and likes it, and there's going to be somebody who doesn't get it and doesn't like it. At the end of the day, not every joke is for every person.
Right.
That's just what it is. But that's the part of being a comedian, being a successful comedian, is being able to read your room. If you can't read your room, then you don't know what jokes you should be telling. If you don't know what jokes you should be telling, you shouldn't be telling jokes.
Right.
And that's something that I can at least say, Mike Epps does very well. That's amazingly well. Chris Tucker doesn't have to think like that. Chris Tucker's jokes currently are more family oriented, we'll say. He's not the same guy that he was. He's not as controversial as he used to be as a comedian, like most comedians are. So he's a safer comedian. You could take anybody to a show. If you want, you could take your grandmother to go see him. It's totally fine. Now, is he that way for a reason? Sure. And I understand that, and I won't knock on it. Will I say that his jokes are for me in this day and age? No. But give me about another 10 to 15 years, I'll probably be at that point, and they probably will be. My opinion might change then. I am getting older, unfortunately. It does kind of suck. So, that's my piece on that.
So, folks, glad to have y'all. Yeah, it's always a pleasure. You understand, to be doing this for y'all, friends. And as always, stay positive. Keep your head up. Don't let the bullshit, intervene in your life and fuck with you and mess up your mojo and your motion, you feel me? Always keep your motion moving, you feel me? And, trust in God. Trust in love and yourself.
And remember, at the end of the day, regardless of religion, race, creed, sexuality, and all that stuff, at the end of the day, we are all still brothers and sisters. Treat each other with enough kindness and understanding, and try not to be a dick to each other. That's all.
That's all we ask. That's all we ask.
Be respectful, mindful, and if you make a joke and somebody doesn't like it, apologize. Move on. Keep it pushing.
Keep it pushing.
You don't have to necessarily like everybody, and everybody doesn't always necessarily have to like you.
Right.
But let's at least all try to get along.
Nothing wrong with getting along. I mean, we can not like each other, still get along, Just
Yeah. Like, he hates my guts. He won't tell you that, but he hates me.
tell you all the time. You gotta punch in your face.
I do. Really, really do.
But see, folks. But anyways, much love to y'all. This is Culthouse signing out. How y'all doing. Let's have a great night. See you on the flip side. Deuces.
Deuces. Oh, I got the button on. It's all the way over there. Gotta go do a thing. Press aim.
And I got 2 words for you if you ain't down with that.
We out.
We out.